In this video, you will be learning about what a website is. After watching, you should be able to understand the simple definition of a website, the types of websites, the parts of a website, the requirements of a website, how websites are created, the tips for a website, the correct spelling of the word website, the history of websites. Simple definition of a website. A website, also known as a site, is a collection of publicly accessible, related web pages held together under one domain name that have been published and maintained by an individual or organization and hosted on a single web server. All public websites are part of the World Wide Web and are accessible by a web browser, such as Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. And it is very important to note this. Do not confuse the terms website and web page. A website is a collection of several web pages held together to form a site, whilst a web page refers to a single page of a website. For example, Amazon is an e-commerce website that consists of millions of pages, whilst a single product page is a web page. Websites come in a wide range of types. Some types include e-commerce websites. E-commerce websites are designed to allow people to buy and sell products electronically on the internet. These accept online payment, such as MasterCard, Visa, and PayPal. Examples of e-commerce sites are eBay, Amazon, and Shopify. E-learning websites. E-learning websites allow people to learn things online. The definition of e-learning is learning that takes place electronically on the internet, where people can learn at any time of day or geographical location. Online course sites and online degrees are examples of e-learning. The content may be freely available or a paid subscription may be required to access the content. Examples of e-learning websites are Udemy, Coursera, and W3 Schools. News websites. News websites deliver the news in a different format than on the radio or television. Instead, they deliver the latest news over the internet, where anyone can read what has recently happened in the world. Examples of news sites include BBC, The Mirror, and Independent.co.uk. Blog. An informational website regularly updated by an individual or small group that is published on the internet for anyone to read. Blogs are written in an informal style and often contain information about people's personal experiences, opinions, and lives. Anyone with internet access can create a blog. People often blog on sites, such as Wix, Medium, Blogger, and WordPress. Blog is short for weblog. Wikis. A wiki is a collaborative website edited by a community of users. Wikis can be edited by anyone at any time, allowing multiple people to share their knowledge of certain topics. Wiki sites have wiki software that runs on the web server, such as MediaWiki. An example of a wiki is Wikipedia, the largest wiki on the internet that contains articles about almost everything. Social networking website. A website that allows users to interact with other users online, such as friends, family, colleagues, and relatives. The purpose of social networking websites is to allow users to keep in touch with each other when they are far away. Users can customize their profile, send friend requests to people they know and alter other settings, such as the publicity of their profile. Common social networking websites include Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Media sharing website. A website that allows users to share electronic media, such as documents, photos, and videos. YouTube is the largest media sharing website that allows users to upload and watch videos. Anyone in the world with internet access can watch the uploaded videos. Media sharing websites. Websites are often free for a limited amount of storage, and for extra storage, a paid subscription is required. Entertainment website. A website that provides high-quality content that is designed to entertain visitors, such as films, music, games, and television shows. Most entertainment websites require monthly fees in order for the content to be accessed. Netflix is an example of an entertainment website. Online dating website. A website designed to allow people to find and contact other single people and form a long-term relationship or a date online. Dating websites allow users to sign up by creating a profile and providing information about themselves, such as age, gender, location, and a photo of themselves. Most dating websites offer online messaging services and VoIP and have the features of social networking sites. Examples of online dating websites include Match.com and Tinder. Search engine. A website designed to allow users to carry out searches by entering keywords and characters. It is used for finding specific websites on the World Wide Web. All the crawled websites are stored in a database, and when a user performs a search, it compares those keywords and characters with websites crawled in the database. Non-profit website. Websites ran by non-profit organizations that do not have the aim of selling products or services to their visitors, but convince people to support them by making donations. Examples of non-profit websites include Save the Children and Cancer Research UK. Gallery website. A website solely designed for displaying galleries. The galleries may contain photographs, illustrations, product images, and art. They may be commercial or non-commercial. Online gaming website. A type of entertainment website designed to allow users to play games online. Users may be able to interact with other players online through typed messages. These types of games are different from video games in the way that they always require an internet connection. Cool Math Games is an example of an online gaming website. Review website. A website designed to allow users to review products, services, and companies. These sites use Web 2.0 to enable user-generated content, as users can post their own reviews and give star ratings. Examples of review websites include Trustpilot and TripAdvisor. Religious website. A website that represents and covers religions, faiths, and traditions. Celebrity website. A website that contains information about a celebrity or a public figure. They can be official or fan-made. Business website. The most popular type of website that businesses use to promote their services and products. Most businesses have a website so that they can represent their brand online. E-commerce websites and non-profit websites are examples of business websites. Government website. A type of website that is run by local governments. The aim of these websites is to inform the public about government business and services. Government.uk is an example of a UK information website. Webmail. These websites provide users with web-based email accounts and allow them to send and receive mail through a website rather than a software program or app. They are accessed by web browsers. Examples of mail websites are Outlook Mail and Gmail. Mirror website. A website that is a clone of another website. The files on the web server have been copied to another web server so that the web pages are available from more than one place. Mirror websites have their own URL. They may be used when one site receives too much traffic and becomes overloaded. Archive site. A website that crawls and stores previous versions of web pages for anyone to view. An example of an archive site is the Internet Archive. Malicious website. This type of website is created with malicious intent, such as spreading viruses and malware and phishing for credentials. Phishing websites attempt to impersonate trusted companies to steal sensitive information. For example, a phishing website might mimic a login page for an e-commerce site to steal login details. Fake news websites are another type of malicious website that attempt to deceive users. Online banking site. A website that allows customers to access information about their bank accounts and perform financial transactions over the internet. Most websites are made up of these parts. These include the homepage. Also known as home, the homepage is the main page of the website that users see when they first visit the website or type the URL into their browser. The file index.html is the default file name for the homepage. The homepage usually consists of links to other pages on the website, important information about the website and what it offers, recently updated or created pages, contact information, navigation where several other pages are linked in a structure, such as categories and topics. For example, the homepage of Amazon can be seen on the right. Footer. The footer is located at the bottom of each web page and often contains a copyright notice. Links to essential pages, such as the home page, privacy policy, contact page, about page, privacy policy, terms of use, cookie policy, and more. A newsletter form where people can enter their email address to stay updated with the latest news of a website. Social media icons, e.g. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. RSS feeds. The logo. A sitemap. Company contact information, such as phone numbers and email addresses. Footers are an important feature of a website as they help visitors navigate options at the bottom of each web page. Footers act as a collection of elements that users go to when they are searching for a specific page. For example, the footer of Computer Help for All can be seen below. Navigation bar. The navigation bar, also known as a navbar, appears at the top of each web page. The navbar allows visitors to quickly find important pages of a website and acts as an organized list of links. Without a top navbar, users would have a difficult time finding the page they want to and would often have to click back a few times. The navigation bar often contains a search bar that allows users to find what they are looking for, links to category pages, frequently visited pages, and other important pages of the site. The logo. Hoverable drop-down menus, containing links. For example, the navigation bar of Computer Help for All can be seen below. It is also important to note that top navbars can also be sticky. This means that they remain visible on the web page and stay in exactly the same position when the user scrolls down and do not require users to scroll up to see the top navbar. Content. The content is the text, audio, or visual content that is published on a website. This is the most important part of a website, as without any content, a website would be useless. Creating engaging and eye-catching content is the key to getting a website higher in the search engines to attract visitors. For example, content of Computer Help for All can be seen on the left. Now, the requirements of a website will be explained. The requirements of a website include responsive design. Since the number of people using portable devices, such as smartphones and tablets, has increased over a period of time, it is important that websites are compatible with smartphones and tablets. A responsive design automatically resizes the web page to the size of the device. This ensures that the content of the web page will not look untidy or scrunched up on smaller devices, such as tablets and mobile phones. Encryption. Encryption is the use of complex algorithms to scramble sent information into random characters and symbols so that it cannot be read by any unauthorized users if intercepted. Websites that have login pages or require users to enter sensitive information should use HTTPS, the secure version of the Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Legal compliance. When publishing a website online, there are some legal considerations that need to be considered. Examples include data protection and copyright laws. GDPR is a regulation in the EU that controls how businesses store and use personal data. The Copyright, Designs, and Patents Act is a law that provides protection for people's work and prevents it from being distributed without their permission. Accessible design. An accessible design ensures that a website is usable by all visitors, including those with disabilities and visual impairments. Carefully considering the fonts and colors and ensuring that there is a sufficient amount of contrast ensures that a website is accessible. Also, all images should include an alt tag that will display if the image fails to load and is capable of being read by screen readers. SEO optimized pages. Search engine optimization, SEO, is a very important factor for a website, as optimizing a website for search engines, such as Google and Bing, will make it appear higher in the search results, meaning that it will be found easier and it will increase the number of visitors. Browser compatibility. All websites need to be compatible with common browsers, such as Google Chrome, Safari, Microsoft Edge, and Firefox. This is because if a website was incompatible with a user's web browser, it would make the website unusable to some. Each browser interprets website code in a slightly different way, so it might appear differently on another web browser. Fast speed. A website with a fast response time will ensure a better user experience. Website speed is the first impression that a website makes on visitors. A slow website will have a negative impact on SEO and will encourage visitors to leave the website. How are websites created? Websites are created using a range of markup and programming languages. The big three include HTML, Hypertext Markup Language, the basic and most widely used markup language on the World Wide Web. This achieves font, color, graphics, and hyperlinks on the World Wide Web. HTML consists of hundreds of different elements and tags, all of which instruct the web browser on how to display content. CSS, Cascading Style Sheets. A style sheet language used to define how HTML elements are displayed in a web browser. They can be used to adjust the layout, text size, font color, background color, and more. Without CSS, it would be much more difficult to create an eye-catching website that engages visitors, and websites would be much harder to navigate. JavaScript. A scripting language used to create interactive effects within web browsers. JavaScript can perform calculations, update and change HTML and CSS, display notifications in a web browser, and more. Almost all websites use JavaScript on the client side to control the behavior of websites. Additional programming languages and libraries include PHP, Hypertext Preprocessor, a server-side scripting language that is embedded in HTML pages. PHP is often used to create dynamic content, interact with databases, and perform calculations. Because PHP is a server-side scripting language, it is run at the web server before it is delivered to the end user. This means that PHP code cannot be viewed in a web browser. Node.js. An open-source runtime used to run JavaScript code outside a browser. Node.js is often used to build back-end services, also known as APIs. It is ideal for building highly scalable, data-intensive, and real-time apps. Ruby. An open-source programming language used to build desktop applications, data processing services, and automation tools. It can be used in web development. jQuery. An open-source JavaScript library used to simplify JavaScript programming. It is important to note this. In order for created websites to be publicly available on the internet for anyone to visit, they are hosted on a web server. Hosting services are provided by hosting providers, usually for a monthly fee, although most will provide basic features with limited bandwidth and other server resources for free. Now, the tips for creating a website will be explained. 1. Ensure that your website is responsive. As stated before, the use of mobile devices to browse the internet is becoming much more common. Responsive websites are much better for SEO and attract a wider range of visitors. 2. Proofread your pages for syntax, spelling, and grammatical errors. Even a small spelling mistake, grammatical error, or syntax error can give visitors a bad impression, as it will suggest that the webmaster is unprofessional. Before posting an article, read it through to make sense. You can use a grammar checker, such as Grammarly, to eliminate as many spelling and grammatical errors as possible. 3. Write your own code. Professional webmasters write website code and markup language from scratch. Creating a website using a WordPress or Wix template will give you limited design options, as some of them do not allow you to edit the HTML of the template. By writing your own code, you will have full control over how your website looks and functions. 4. Keep each page consistent. A small inconsistency within a website can make a webmaster look unprofessional. When creating a website, always ensure that the footer, top navbar, side elements, colors, and fonts are exactly the same on every page and remain consistent. 5. Don't make your website too complex. A simple design will make it easier for visitors to find what they are looking for. When a design is too complex, it will make it much more difficult for visitors to use a website and understand how it works. 6. Ensure that your website is compatible with multiple browsers. As stated before, each browser interprets website code in a slightly different way, so it might appear differently on another web browser. Always test your website in different browsers to ensure that it works properly. 7. Make your website easy to navigate. Pages and sections of a website should be organized with a hierarchy so that visitors can find what they are looking for. This will prevent the website from looking cluttered. 8. Carefully consider your website colors. For accessibility, website colors should not be too extreme, e.g. too bright, and they should have enough contrast. Stick to a few colors for the design of a website rather than using almost every color on the color wheel. Avoid excessive pop-ups. Pop-ups that require users to click to continue reading an article are the most common annoyance factors on a website. Instead of creating a newsletter form pop-up asking if users want to subscribe, you could place the newsletter form on the side of the footer. 10. Make your website easy to find. Purchasing a custom domain name, such as example.com, makes a website much easier to find since all users have to do to visit the website is type the domain name into their web browser. Unless it is a temporary website, avoid using free subdomain names, such as mysite.wordpress.com, as these look long and unprofessional. A frequently asked question is if it's spelt website or website. Both spellings have been used. However, the spelling website is now a rare variant of the word website, and most people view it as a miswritten form of the word website. Website is now the standard spelling used in all English-speaking countries, and it is all one word. The first website, called info.cern.ch, contained the first web pages with a description of the World Wide Web. It was first introduced to the public on the 6th of August 1991 when Tim Berners-Lee briefly summarized the World Wide Web project, but it wasn't available to everyone until the 23rd of August 1991. On the 30th of April 1993, CERN announced that the World Wide Web would be freely usable to anyone, contributing to the growth of the web.